Oh my god. Guys. I just want to say that I'm so sorry, YouTube, that I was such a naughty boy and I just... Oh my god. Oh my god. Suck my balls. Suck my balls, YouTube. Suck my fucking balls. I cannot believe what is happening to our open internet right now. An absolute catastrophe that has become YouTube, big tech, the oligopoly, the oligarchy rather, the total destruction of the First Amendment in America, and truly an Orwellian nature that has never been seen before in any precedent since Abraham Lincoln in the United States. We are dealing with multi-billionaires working overtime as thought police for people who wrong think. And if you don't think I'm being hyperbolic, ladies and gentlemen, what I was struck with today was not just anything, but Violent Criminal Organizations Policy, YouTube Community Guidelines, stating that I was helping support basically terrorists, that I was a gang member, that I was inciting violence, that I was a hateful person for wanting to stand up for the First Amendment, that I was a hateful person for questioning the election, that I was a hateful person for wanting to keep politicians accountable, for being a hateful person for simply wanting my vote to count. And frankly, ladies and gentlemen, it's not going to get any better. Not anytime soon. We are currently in an age where basically you can't do anything. You can't do anything on big tech. You cannot stand against them. They will take everything you say out of context. Everything is a threat. Everything is hate speech. Everything is a threat to their power. Anything that doesn't go in line with what they consider just normal, everyday speech. Once you move outside of that window, you are officially the enemy. Now, I'm going to paraphrase here what I believe, because I did do an appeal. I actually was able to do 2 appeals. So I went to the video itself. I said, hey, I'm going to appeal this. And no manual verification, nothing like that. I got a instant appeal blockage within a minute of actually putting the appeal in. Now, for those who don't know, you can actually go onto your YouTube studio as well, sign in for an appeal, and I did that, and lo and behold, they struck that down as well. So this is where we're at, ladies and gentlemen. We are at a point where you are not allowed to keep your politicians accountable. You're not allowed to say that politicians should fear the people. I believe it was Thomas Jefferson who said, when a government fears its people, that's liberty. When the people fear their government, that is tyranny. And that's where we're at. We are not allowed to keep our politicians accountable. At no point in my video did I say to commit violence. In fact, I said, don't be physical. Meaning, I don't know how other way you could possibly be violent. But now, guys, now the bar is so low, speech is violence. Speech is now violence. It's not enough for you to go up and say, do something like punch a Nazi, which is being pushed for the last 4 years. Totally normal, guys. Say punch a Nazi all you want. Everyone's a Nazi, by the way. Anybody who supports Trump is a Nazi, so therefore you can punch them. But if you dare to even question the sanctimony, the temple of democracy, as Nancy Pelosi would put it, and be a total attack on our republic, well, then you, my friend, are a terrorist. Because that's what they said to me. They said I am advocating for criminal activity. That I am, quote, a violent criminal supporting violent criminal organizations. And that's where we're at. That is where we're at, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely insane. Of course, you guys all know the double standard at this point. It's amazing what the left is able to do in this country. They go for months burning, looting, murdering, 30 plus people dead since the death of George Floyd. Over $2 billion, with a B, dollars in damage. And then all of a sudden, we have some, not so happy Trump supporters go into the Capitol, and it's the worst attack since Pearl Harbor, according to Chuck Schumer. And to me, this is just absurd. And YouTube, again, you can suck my balls. This is insane to me. Violence. It's just, guys, I literally, I am so mind-boggled that one of my videos was pulled down for inciting violence. The video itself was called D-Day. Maybe that was the reason why it got pulled down for violence. It also happened to happen on the day before the inauguration, so it wasn't even after. But again, doesn't matter. Context doesn't matter, guys. Doesn't matter what you were saying. It's simply their interpretation of what you might have meant when you said that thing. Very similar to how Twitter went out there and said that Donald Trump was inciting violence when he said that Trump supporters will not be held down, will not be, disgraced or discouraged or whatever verbiage he decided to use. And they said that that was a way of dog whistling his supporters to come out and attack. So they have to take the words out of context in order for them to state that it was a viable threat. I don't know, guys. I don't know. The double standard is insane to me. But I don't really know how we can fight back. At the end of the day, we have to be looking to other platforms. We have to be looking to alt tech. We have to be looking to branching out. Because I think we all know that YouTube, basically the big three, right? Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Eventually, it's just going to get to a point, and it's pretty much already there, where it's just going to be an echo chamber of leftists who have no... Hello? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hello? Did my video get pulled? Okay, no, we're good, we're good. Okay, sorry guys. I thought I got pulled down. I was like, wow. I was like, oh no. Oh no. I really thought I got pulled down there for a second. Ah, Jesus. Jesus. All right. So let's get into it, ladies and gentlemen. Today's show. Sorry, I'm off kilter, guys. I'm off kilter. I'm a little flustered. I think you understand. Extraordinary chat logs reveal alleged plan to turn Trump rally into violent riot. Screenshots from a Discord chat channel allegedly hosted by John Sullivan, a far-left anti-Trump activist who appears to have incited violence in the U.S. Capitol while posing as a journalist, reveals he and his followers infiltrated the January 6th Save America March in Washington, D.C. The enlarged screenshots follow Sullivan's arrest for his role in the Capitol riot, which included calls for violence, such as "we gotta get this shit burned, and it's our house, motherfuckers," as an affidavit can reveal. The Discord chat channel is allegedly affiliated with Sullivan Insurgents USA group, which describes itself as forming a rainbow coalition to unite all people under one banner to fight for liberation and freedom for all people. Again, this is the guy that actually went into the Trump rally, dressed up as MAGA, and I had to wear a Trump hat and a shirt. And of course, this is what we're dealing with, guys. We're dealing with people that are willing to lie, that are willing to basically throw this entire movement under the bus. For what? For what? Because we love this country? Because we want to be treated fairly? Because we want respect for the Constitution and the rule of law. It's insanity to me. Thomas Tess here. YouTube is like all the rest of big tech, trying to silence free speech and conservative speech. Amen, dude. And this is what we're looking at this point. We are literally at the biggest inflection point in terms of America. We are living history right now. And we're really at a fork in a road where one direction we can say, you know what? We're just going to deal with this. We're going to deal with the censorship. We're going to deal with the big tech, stamp down and the boot. We're going to deal with everyone calling us Nazis. We're going to deal with having to censor ourselves and not being able to speak freely. We're going to have to, buckle down and just work against the algorithm that seems to love us oh so much. Or we can say, fuck YouTube. We can say, fuck Twitter. We can say, fuck Facebook. And we can say, you know what? You guys only have as much power as the amount of people that are willing to give it to you. And quite frankly, I think we're at a point where conservatives have seen what's going on. People are being removed from their banks because of their political affiliations. People are being removed from their insurance company. Curt Schilling, a former pitcher for the Boston Red Sox, was removed from AIG Insurance because he supported President Donald Trump. The same AIG who back in 2008, during the bailouts of Barack Obama, received hundreds of billions of dollars so that they didn't go under, only to turn around to the American people and ban them from their insurance. We bail them out, they ban us. Welcome to America. Welcome to freedom, guys. Incredible. Incredible stuff, guys. Give me a break. The gaslighting is absolutely insane. This is from going on right now. It was degrading. Black Capitol custodial staff talk about what it felt like to clean up the mess left by a violent pro-Trump white supremacist. And then you see over here on the other side, protests turned violent after Kenosha police shoot black man Sunday. Literally burning cars. My friend in Kenosha, I won't say what type of business he had, but his entire business was burned to the ground. I mean, we can go out there and say, hey, look, you know what? Violence is bad. We can say we don't condone violence. But does it matter? They don't condone violence. They're trying to make it seem like we're the ones who have been putting on the violence after an entire year gaslighting the public into saying that Trump supporters are the violent ones. After an entire year of Black Lives Matter, destroying small businesses, looting, burning, arson, murder. Little girl killed, David Dorn killed on Facebook Live, his family having to watch. Imagine having to watch your father killed on a fucking live stream. Was Facebook pulled for inciting violence? Nope. Parler was. Disgusting. I like crack. What's going on, guys? What's going on, man? Mike McCormick saw that coming. We give them all the power. I'm mad as hell. Not going to take it anymore. Projection. It is. This is what it is, guys. And honestly, the only people we have to blame is ourselves. We talk about entrepreneurship, individual liberty, taking your life in your own hands, working your ass off so that you can provide for you and your family. And what were the lefties doing? They were playing the bigger game. They were saying, hey, look, let's get in with the venture capitalists and let's control the media. Let's control the banks. Let's control the military-industrial complex. Let's control the media machine. Let's control everything. Hollywood, culture, books, everything. And this is why we need to start looking at ourselves. We can always point to the left and be like, but them. The hypocrisy, look, They were burning. They were looting. They were murdering. It wasn't us. We're not the violent ones. What does that accomplish? Nothing. It's a total act, guys. It really is. And the thing is, I think for a lot of these people, I know the people at the top, it's clearly an act. It is clearly an act. They know in good faith, or at least I would assume they know in good faith, that all of the violence that happened during Antifa and Black Lives Matter over the entire year is a gargantuan monolith of destruction as opposed to what happened in January 6th in Washington, D.C. They'll never admit that, but it is the truth. The fact of the matter is, they're just mad because it happened to them. They're mad that the small little plebs, the small little citizens, those pesky little citizens that want their rights, that want their freedom, that want their liberty, those guys came into our chambers. They came into our chambers and sat in our chairs. And you know what they did? They pooped on the rug. And they knocked over a bookshelf. They broke like 2 windows. Oh my god. This is terrorism, guys. Oh my god. They're only mad because it happened to them. That's why they're mad. That is why they are mad. 50% of the country burned to the ground and we're the bad guy. Exactly. You late? What's going on? What's going on, Vildy? What's up, man? Yeah. I mean, this is where we're at, ladies and gentlemen. We just, we get banned because we're criminals. So welcome to the criminal empire, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to invite you. That's right. Organized crime family. That's right. It's called MAGA. It's absolute insanity, ladies and gentlemen. What you're going to do, and I'm talking about full on danger, guys. This is the violence that YouTube is telling me that I am pushing onto the world, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to tell you the most despicable, violent acts that I want you, personally, I'm telling you right now, I want you to go out and do these acts of complete danger. Hear me out, ladies and gentlemen. Here they are. Are you ready? Number 1, here's what I want you to do. I want you to go outside and I want you to wave an American flag. Ladies and gentlemen, it's very dangerous. Be very careful when you do that. You are inciting violence. Number 2, ladies and gentlemen, what I want you to do is I want you to take a red hat that says MAGA on it, ladies and gentlemen, and I want you to put that hat on your head. Nazi certified, ladies and gentlemen. Be very, very careful out there. It is a pure MAGA plus Nazi. There's a reason why it rhymes, ladies and gentlemen. MAGA, Nazi. It doesn't rhyme, but that doesn't matter. Either way, the third violent act that I want you guys to go out there and do, guys, is petition your government, hold your politicians accountable. Ladies and gentlemen, very dangerous stuff, guys. Making phone calls, going out there, talking with your senators, talking with your House members. Very, very dangerous stuff, guys. Just the epitome of danger. I'm talking about, this is Baghdad 2.0. This is, you are at the gates of Rome. The barbarians are about to break in and talk to our senators. Man, the violence, guys. The violence. Be very careful. Be very careful. With great power comes great responsibility, and also with great responsibility comes great power. Now, I don't like to pull up Twitter, guys, but I don't know if you guys know this, and this is insane to me. Let me know. Let me know in the chat. Chat, let me know. But the Miami host in Florida, which is where I connect to my internet to, has blocked Gab. So the website Gab, not only did the App Store from Apple and Google get pulled down, on top of that, Amazon yanking their servers out from under them, the other alternative, which is Gab in Florida, is banned. I am not even allowed to access it. I have to go through a VPN in order to access a free speech platform. And that's where we're at. That is where we're at. Great stuff, guys. Great stuff. But again, I'm going to be pulling up Twitter here. The face of communism. Take it out, ladies and gentlemen. This is from Newsweek, coming from Donald Trump Jr. COVID lockdowns have no clear benefit versus other voluntary measures. International studies show. Huh. Weird timing, guys. Very weird timing. So an entire year, they lock us down. They take away our freedom. They take away our jobs. They took out over 100,000 small businesses. Gone forever. This is evil. This really is evil. What's going on right now? And are people really surprised? Like, are these politicians, honestly, are these politicians really surprised about what happened that day? I mean, seriously, you lock down an entire country for a whole year. You take away how they make money and provide for their family. You tell them that this scary virus, which according to CDC's own numbers, has a 99% plus chance of survival. A 99.99 across the ages of 0 to 18. You tell them it is the most terrifying disease in the history of man. You destroy their livelihoods, their minds. You destroy the children. You strap a mask on them and treat them like dogs. Suicide rates, the highest they've ever been. Opioid epidemic and people killing themselves are at a level never before seen. Families are fighting each other. People are trying to just put food on the table, and you're a little surprised. I mean, even if you just take everything, all the hijinks from the election and what happened, which we're also not allowed to talk about because big tech billionaires have decided that you are too stupid to be able to think for yourself. In fact, you are so stupid that some opinions, some ideas are just, they're too scary to be out there into the ether, ladies and gentlemen. You're too feeble-minded, too stupid to understand what these multi-billionaires' big brains are able to comprehend. It was planned. I do think that a part of it was planned. But I also, and from people that I know who were actually there were definitely Trump supporters in there. From what I know, the guy who actually went with Ashley Babbitt to that door where she was eventually shot by that cop, that bad shoot. Yeah, that guy should be held accountable. At the exact same time, there's people that are pissed off for all of the reasons I listed before. I mean, it's very clear. Like, you lock down the country, you call everyone a Nazi, you attack people, you assault people, you burn cities to the ground, you do $2+ billion in damage, and then you call the media gaslights you and calls it a peaceful protest, and then you spread misinformation about how deadly a disease is, only to retract that the moment the election is over. And you don't think people are going to be pissed? The people we're fighting are not stupid. It was a total trap. We fell for it big time. If that was MAGA, it would have went down differently. See, that's the thing. I think it's a gray area. Like I just said, I really do think it's a gray area. I definitely think that there were Trump supporters there who are pissed off, and I don't blame them. I also think that there were Trump supporters there who were simply just hanging outside. Like, you saw what's going on in terms of the censorship right now. They just took down Walkaway. They took down Walkaway. They took down a gay guy, a gay conservative guy's campaign group. This is a group of like grandmas, knitters. I gotta be very careful with that word. Knitters as in knitting. And just like everyday Joe Schmoes, not crazy people, not out there with the big guns and the huge muscles. Not that guys, just grandma who's like, oh, you know what? I don't want to be a Democrat anymore. I want to be a Republican. This is so crazy to me, guys. This is so pathetic. Either way, You know they're coming after us in terms of the banks. And what I recommend you guys take a look at, this is not financial advice. I'm not a legal expert. I'm not a financial expert, but take a look into Bitcoin. For those of you who want to support the channel, you can go down below. I have linked my Coinbase account code if you want to send some Bitcoin to help the channel. That'd be amazing. What's going on behind me right here? You actually have no idea. You can't see it. But I have a very bougie setup in terms of this green screen. And yeah, in the last couple weeks, I've invested probably like $500 to make this look a little bit better for you guys. But any little bit helps. With that said, take a look at Bitcoin, guys. They're talking about a boost in $1.2 trillion, meaning plus the additional 900 billion that they just passed. You're looking at about 2.8 trillion. $2.8 trillion in stimulus. Meaning that inflation is going to go out the wazoo. Additionally, they said that because of the way the economy is with everything shut down, they don't think they will even be able to produce 1/3 of the amount necessary in order to pay back that loan of $2.8 trillion. So they're printing the money fully knowing that that money will never be paid back. This is the fall of Rome, guys. This is the fall of America. We are currently living in the fall of Rome. This happens to every single fiat currency that has ever been created. They took us off the gold standard. Nixon took us off the gold standard. FDR established the Federal Reserve, making a private bank in sole ownership of our monetary system. They took the money and the coining of money away from the people, which is Congress, and they gave it to a private bank. And no one cares. No one gives a damn. That's what we're looking at. So I highly recommend you check out Bitcoin. Ethereum is also one that's been getting a lot of love lately. But this is blockchain technology that is going to supersede any fiat currency that the United States is going to be able to establish. I mean, when you are printing money out the wazoo with no reason to pay it back, all it's going to take is one of the big countries that we are in debt to, whether that be China or Russia, and for them to say, hey, you know what? We want our money back. And when the United States says, you know what? We don't have it. Welcome to Germany. Because people will basically be walking around with wheelbarrows of cash and no way to spend it. So Bitcoin's really good. For those of you who are smart enough to go back all the way in July, you were looking about, I believe it was around $9,000 at that point. It's currently hovering around the $38,000 range. It's incredible, guys. There's not a better investment than that right now. There really isn't. There's nothing. There is no better investment in that same amount of time where you could take 9,000 of your dollars, 9,000 of them, and turn it into $37,000 in less than 8 months? Holy shit. Yeah, so get on board, guys. Now's the time. Now more than ever. And of course, you're going to see the gaslighting, guys. You know, Bitcoin ends choppy week as price drops below $37,000. Oh my god, guys, get scared. Get scared. Now it's down to 37,000. It was at 10,000 back in July. Be afraid. All it's going to take is one bank, whether it's Wells Fargo, any of the big players, and they say, hey, you know what? I think we're going to take maybe just like 5%. Maybe like Goldman Sachs says, hey, I'm going to take 5% of my portfolio and I'm going to put it into Bitcoin. And you are going to watch the price of Bitcoin skyrocket. And I highly recommend you check out alternatives, guys. Basically, we're at a point where we have to basically become anonymous. And that means using web servers like Proton Mail. That means moving on to alternative tech websites, whether that be BitChute or Rumble, or that be using websites like Gab. Again, these big tech media platforms only have as much power as the users allow them to have. If you allow it to become an echo chamber, we can watch as the left eat themselves alive. That's the only thing we can pray for. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, if you like this type of content, my name is Lucius Coal. Go down below, like, subscribe, share, and of course leave a comment if you think I deserve it. The coal factory and the coal train on our way to 1,000 Patriot strong if we don't get struck again. Thanks to people like you watching content like this. I'll see you guys in the next one. Love ya. Peace. Coal train. Choo-choo! Yeah. Buy some Bitcoin, boys. Lift some weights. And call your family members. Tell them you love them. See you guys in the next one.